projects. Let's.
No, she set the bar so high, to eat cookies and cakes, So.
Hey, hi Ram, good to see you.
Good to see you.
We also have...
Did you see that emphasis? Good to see you.
We also have a Rajaram. Yeah, what only Ram you're saying? There's a Rajaram also. Hi, RK. How are you?
Hi, Rajaram. Good evening.
Good evening, Rajaram.
Good evening, all.
Arun. How's Arun Kumar, South Parade?
Hello. Yes, good evening, Samir. How are you?
Fine. How are you enjoying
good evening to all.
How are you enjoying your IPP status?
Good. Better relax now.
He's in tension, sir. South Parade is asking how many award you got.
Oh, that will Sunday we'll know, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ravi, don't worry.
Good evening, Shilpa Datar.
We're just trying to highlight and spotlight.
Good evening. How are you?
As many presidents as possible.
Very well.
Super.
Good evening, Rupashri.
Hi, Shiv.
Hi, Shilpa. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, Shilpa. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Rupa. Where's Dr. Venkat?
Who did I say hi to just now?
Shiv.
Oh, Shiv. No, after Shiv.
I think
Hari.
Hari. Hi, Hari. Chaya, I'm here. Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Biju, any other co-presidents who are not highlighted and spotlighted?
Hi, Nisha. Doctor is in an operation. Only I'm there as of now. Usha, hi. Nice to see you.
Ashwini.
Rupa.
Ashwini is not highlighted.
Hi.
ಅಶ್ವಿನಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ
How about
Hi,
Ravi
Sanita.
Prasad?
Good evening.
Ravi Prasad, good evening.
ರಮೇಶ್ ಬಾಬು
I'm driving Arun. I had that protract installation. I'll join in 5 minutes.
Yes. Even I am parking. I am also parking.
Who is
I'll
parking?
also join. I'm myself, Arun Kumar. Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Vasudha. Hi, John Jacob.
Next time you say Rupa, please give me a warning because the moment you say Rupa, all my alerts, all my antennas stand up. So, I was just wondering where did she come from? She was just taking a session in the next room.
Samir,
I am with you.
Guilt does that to you.
I swear. My antenna just went up, lad, and I was hunting.
Dr. Samir, I am with you.
Yeah?
Samir sir, only your wife's name is Rupa, is it? There can't be other Rupas.
No. So they have to say Rupa Shri for you. They can't stop it at Rupa. No?
Ashwini, you got caller,
Nisha, next time please tell Rupa Shri.
Rupa Shri Billy Gere.
Yes.
Hey,
Ashwini, you got the caller?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, one more minute to go, guys. Presidents, get ready. We'll start the meeting.
Ashwini is in full-on masti already.
Yeah, we are ready.
Friday night, isn't it, sir?
TGIF.
Good evening, Ashwini. Good evening.
Kashi, you're looking dangerous with a knife.
Yeah, I'm having a board meeting.
Okay, it's 7:30. Meeting call to order. Request the spouses and partners to please call her the president. Let's start the meeting with a minute of silence for world peace. A minute of silence, please. Thank you. A very good evening to everybody today. We have close to around 73 participants and counting, and I think we're going to keep adding more as we go along. So a mega joint meeting with almost 10 clubs. So let me first check my memory and see if I can remember all the names of all the clubs. So that's the first check. So We have with us Nisha Bellare, President of Bengaluru Platinum City, Anupama Sawadi, President Baswan Gudi. We have Kashinath Prabhu, President Lakeside, Rotarian Biju Gangadharan, President Downtown, Rotarian Hari Pabati, Rotarian Kavan Park, Rotarian Ravi Prasad joining us from South Parade, Rotarian Ramesh Babu from Manyata, Rotarian Ramana from Oasis, and Rotarian Ashwini Masti from Harmony. So 10 wonderful, vibrant, change maker presidents and their vibrant members of their clubs. Welcome to this evening's program. And we have a very interesting topic today, and that is working in teams. I was talking to the co-presidents and we were looking at some of the things that could help us to work better. We have made our committee teams and we have got various members, and we need to find ways and means to creatively engage them. Engage, empower, collaborate, and celebrate. So, as part of that, let's look at how we can probably work in teams, and who better to address it by none other than PDG Dr. Samir Dazzler, Dr. Samir Hariani. So, we are very thankful to Dr. Samir Hariani for being with us today. I request Sanjay, Rotarian Sanjay Krishna, past president, Dazzler, past president Sanjay Krishna, to introduce PDG Dr. Samir Hariani.
Thank you,
Sanjay,
President.
over to you.
Thank you, President. Good evening, and thanks to all the organizing clubs for giving me this opportunity to introduce my DG, Rotarian Dr. Samir Hariani, this evening. Our speaker, past District Governor, Rotarian Dr. Samir Hariani, who will address us all today on the topic working in teams, was instrumental in building a very strong bond amongst us, the Dazzler presidents, under his governorship. He was our leader, elected unopposed to lead District 3190 in the Rotary year 2019-20. And today, without any hesitation, I can say that we, the Dazzler presidents, are growing stronger as a team year after year. Rotarian Dr. Samir Hariani holds a Bachelor of Dental Surgery degree and a postgraduate certificate program in endodontics. He is an active member of Rotary Bangalore Southwest since July 1998 and has loaned the classification dentistry. He is married to Rotarian Dr. Rupa Hariani, a dental surgeon who is also a certified IATD and POSH trainer. She is an active Rotarian and past president of Inner Wheel Club of Bangalore Southwest. The couple are blessed with twin sons, Ritik Hariani, studying third year engineering in computer science, and Rohan Hariani, studying third year in business administration. Dr. Samir Hariani is the CEO of TSMT Academy, a specialty training academy transforming knowledge into value. A dentist by qualification, also runs a successful multi-specialty clinic, Dazzle, the one-stop dental clinic, and is director at Dazzle Online Stream Private Limited. He is a successful trainer, digital coach, anchor, MC, sports commentator, voiceover, and an auctioneer. He is a faculty trainer for Rotary Leadership Institute, RID 3190. That's not all. He has served our district in number of positions, which I do not propose to read out now for paucity of time today, but would like to place that in one sentence and say that he is one of the most sought after speakers in the Rotary world. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you past District Governor, Rotarian Dr. Samir Hariani. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay. The floor is all yours, Dr. Samir. I remember having a chat with you and sharing with you that what some of the expectations of our co-presidents are, what they would like to learn, and how they could probably work, and not only the presidents, but also the members. We have a lot of new team members who have joined us, and we would all be very eager to understand how we can all work together as a team and enjoy Rotary and also do service in Rotary. Dr. Samir Hariani, over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Firstly, am I visible and audible?
Yes, sir.
Very much.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So thanks a lot to my dear friend and of course, the ever dazzling Sanjay Krishna. So, don't believe everything he says. Not only do we share that great bond as governor and president, he's a dear, dear, dear friend in personal life as well. So he's going to go out of his way to make me feel nice. At the outset, the 10 change maker presidents who have, brought us together, brought this team together, who have actually used their team building and team bonding skills to arrange this joint meeting. Change maker from Rajmahal Vilas, Shanki, as I call him, Shankar Subramaniam, Platinum City, Nisha, Baswangudi, Dr. Anupama, Lakeside, Kashi, Downtown Biju, Kaban Park Hari, South Parade Ravi, Manyata Ramesh, OSS Ramana, and Harmony Ashwini. Thank you so much for having this organized right in the first part of the month. Though the Rotary year has started, I know there is still a lot that we can do. And for the benefit of all the district officers, the club members who are here today, I hope to bring some knowledge and value to working in teams or team building, or together as a team, we succeed. As you heard what Sanjay said, by qualification only, I'm a dentist now. I used my team building knowledge in setting up a dazzling clinic 25 years ago and brought in a team of 6 specialists, 1 super specialist in my better half and my wife and my guru, and then nicely folded my hands and delegated the responsibility to them. And today I'm just a spectator and an administrator sitting just in the wall across and seeing that the affairs of the clinic are running very smoothly. The same thing, as you all said, that you need to enjoy Rotary. Well, we celebrated Rotary when I was the president in the 100th year of Rotary, 2004-5. And the reason I'm in Rotary is because I'm enjoying Rotary. And I like, Shanki's quote in the WhatsApp, enjoy Madi, chill Madi. That's all we need to do. Enjoy Madi, chill Madi. You have a great team who will work with you, work for you, and together we can definitely serve to change lives. So before getting into the presentation or, the debate, and of course we have a Q&A in the end, I always love these 2 questions. Each one of us is here in Rotary for a purpose. Okay, so I love to ask these 2 questions in any Rotary leadership session or in any Rotary session that I take. The first one being, what Rotary means to me. So I'm going to be putting a link in the chat box. I hope most of you are on systems or at least tablets or even mobiles. You will get a link in your chat box. The moment you click on that link, you'll go to a browser window. In the browser window, there will be a question and a small window below that, which asks you what Rotary means to me. You answer in that box below and click submit, and let's see what we get as responses. Let me tell you, the simplest thing to do is, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the word Rotary? That's the simple answer I want. 1 word answer, maybe 2 words if you want. Now everybody is looking at the chat box. There you go. The link has come in the chat box. Click on that link. You will be taken to a new browser window. There'll be a question. What does Rotary mean to me? There'll be a small box. Type out your answer there. Click submit, and you'll get a nice heart saying thank you for submitting. I hope I've got the flow right. And I can see a few nods, and I can, let's see. I'm hoping at least 75, 80, 91 people now. So 91 words and responses should, come across. Let's check it out. Let me make myself a bit small there, and let me make your responses a bit big over there. So what does Rotary mean to me? Describe in 1 word is what I asked. Let's see if you have got some answers. They're all coming up. Oh, yes. Service above self, socialization, credible, fellowship, friendship, sharing, service. Try and find your answer. Santan Fernandez, you have raised your hand. Okay, so great. But I still want more answers. When 90 people are answering, it can't be that few. So maybe I'll give it a few more seconds. I want to take you back to the fact and draw you to the fact that you need to go back and remember why you joined this organization. What is it that brought you to this organization? Let me see if you have more answers. I'm just refreshing my poll there, and hopefully we will see more answers now. Definitely connect and serve, togetherness, fellowship and service, generosity, networking. A lot of people say service above self. A lot of people still say friendship, sharing, serve. It's great. Responsibility, people of action. Lovely to see so many words. One last and final time, I'm going to refresh, and then I'm going to go to the next question. Because what we are seeing now are individual responses. And that's why we're getting so many. We're getting so many individual responses. Each one is capable. Each one is a leader by themselves. And that's where the object of Rotary comes in. We're like-minded leaders in our professional and business lives, but we have come together. We've all come together and we've all got acquainted for one common cause, and that is for an opportunity to serve. Even if you look at our new vision statement, that's what it says. It says, together we see a world where people unite together and take action to create lasting change. And where is this change going to be implemented? In the world, in the community, and most importantly, in ourselves. So that is what we are here for. And these are the answers given by you. So each one of you is here with a purpose. Now, these are individual responses. You are individual leaders. I'm going to give you one more link now in the chat box. Now, this chat box is going to give you 7 prominent options. Now, I'm trying to get the individuals grouped into different teams. And these teams, again, are going to define what is your purpose and what is the reason that you joined Rotary. And this link is going to now give you a different kind of a window. It's going to open another window again. But what's going to happen in that window is you are going to get 7 choices. I think 7. Yeah, 7 choices. Select any one of them and submit. And then I want to see where the team strength is maximum amongst the 94 people over here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. There comes the link in your chat box again. Hi, Harsha. Hi, Appa. Nice to see my dear friends here too. So link in the chat box, click on it, go to that window. I think 7 choices. My math sometimes is bad, but forgive me if I'm wrong, but click any one choice. I don't think you can select more than one and submit. And then I will go back and see collectively as teams where our strength lies in Rotary, because 94 people individually gave their reasons. Now, these same 94 people are going to be part of 7 teams. And these teams, let's see if you've got some good responses. Why I joined Rotary? One reason I asked you. Let us see where the major chunk of people have joined Rotary. So look at that. 51% say all of the above. 33% say service. So the strongest team is the team that has joined Rotary for all those values that I put forth across to you. Small group says fellowship, small group says networking, 2% say leadership, but I think 51% actually defines what all of us are here for, because those are the values that are implemented in you. Those are the values that are also part of the core values or part of the strategic plans, part of the object of Rotary. And we have the strongest team. See, that went up. All of the above went up by 2 more percent. It became 53 from 51. So we got 2 more responses over there for the reason that we joined Rotary. So just look, when we have teams sorted out in even this simple funda of a reason for joining Rotary, we know what people want and we can identify the reasons that people are here for. And it's easier to allocate and decide and, even consider what would be the right role or the right job to give people. So great. Firstly, an applause to all of you. Let's hope all of you can also click on. See, I love to make people active. I know it's late in the night. I know you guys have had a long day. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. In the reaction window, I wanted to see applause. I want to see thumbs up. I want to see any reaction. I don't mind seeing a heart as well. Basically, get your fingers active, because unmuting 90 people and asking them to talk will be a challenge and it will be a lot of disruption. but let's enjoy it in the reaction window. Yes, so a nice applause and a thumbs up, but that's not for me, that's for you, because all of you have joined Rotary and all of you look at Rotary exactly for all the right reasons. But let me just tell you one thing. There was a huge percentage over there, 33%, which said that they've joined Rotary for service. I don't know how many of you know this, but Rotary was never started as a service organization. Even till today, Rotary is not a service organization. Please note, Rotary is a member organization, and its members are the ones who get together and serve. Even in 1905, they started it for every other reason except service. Service was the last thing they thought of. Service just happened after a couple of years. And then they realized that a group of people coming together can bring that change in the world by doing service. So when all of you talk about coming to Rotary for service, it's a great goal. But remember that we are here first to acquaint, to make friends, to have great bonding and fellowship, and create that family team or create that familial experience, because only then can we go out and do some great service. Rotary started with 4 friends. Just remember that. It was a team of 4 friends forming a team. And what did they achieve? They lasted 116 years, whatever they formed, and it's grown to 1.2 million. So just 4 people. And there was a lot of fellowship, friendship, and bonding amongst them. And that is why they could achieve what we have achieved today. We talk about our district projects like Karuna Shreya, the signature project. It was again 2 or 3 friends who bonded together, made a team. And you know where it happened? It happened in a pub over a mug of beer. They were sitting over a mug of beer, thinking as to what value they can bring to their home club, Indranagar, or one of them was from Indranagar, the other 2 were just friends of Indranagar. And then one said, let's use the service above self motto, or let's use the core value of service of Rotary and create a hospice. And one guy, the donor, said, I have a land valued at 5 crores. I am giving it for hospice. Indranagar said, we as a club will raise money to build the hospice. The third one, the Dr. Nagesima said, I will use my medical experience and knowledge to bring doctors to run the hospice. So that kind of team and that kind of bond between friends and family is what resulted in that specific and that special project, which we today say is the most signature project or the project of value in Rotary District 3190. So now that we are talking of so many teams, we are talking about, bonding together. We're talking about different ways or different verticals that we look at. Again, I'm going to throw a question at you, but this time it's going to be a different question, because this question is going to test my drawing skills. And what I would request is those of you who are answering that question, when I ask you or you want to say something, first raise your hand in the participant window. I will ask you to unmute. Shanki, do we allow people to unmute themselves? Have you given them that right, or is it only the host and co-host?
We will unmute.
Okay, so Shanki will help me in unmuting them. But first, don't raise your hand in the video camera, because I may not be able to see. Even though I have a gallery view of 25 people, you are 96, so I may not see you. So in the participant window, raise your hand if you have the answer to my question. But before that, let me just try, because I said my drawing skills are going to be tested. So I need to go back small, and I need to bring, sorry, not that, but I need to bring this onto the screen. And let me just check if my drawing window works. Does it? Okay, you can see me scribbling. So that works. Okay. Now, let us just, my first part of my question, or at least give me one answer to my question. Say you have a club board, okay, or a club leadership. Rotary suggests certain mandatory or suggestive committees. Can somebody tell me the name of the first suggested or mandatory committee that Rotary suggests? So Anupama Savdi, you are clapping. So I will take that as a hand raised. So can you please, you're a co-host, so I think you can unmute yourself. Anupama Savdi, you want to unmute and tell me? Okay, till then, let me draw your club board. Okay, now don't laugh. Dentist, doctor, still in the blood, handwriting, drawing, horrible. So if it is not neat, please don't. Anu, you agree with me, Anupama? You also write prescriptions which only the chemist understands. But let me just test my drawing skills. We have become like that. Okay, let's hope that my drawing skills are good. So that is the club
Service.
board. Okay. So she says
Club services.
Okay, so you're talking about an avenue of service, Anu. Okay, but I will still take, you're talking about an avenue of service, which is what we still use in avenues of service and in the board of directors. But there is a suggestive club leadership which specifies certain mandatory committees or avenues. Nisha's hand is up. So the presidents are jumping. Presidents, let your team answer first. Then I'll come back to you. So Anu, you're pretty right. Service part is right. Club service is a modification of that. Can you be a bit more specific, or will you let one of your, team members answer? Ramki, don't sleep, man. I'll make sure you're awake. Okay. Okay, we have Anand Ramchandra. Anand, go ahead. Can we unmute Anand Ramchandra? I want to see what Anand Ramchandra says. Oh, here, sorry. First, tell me, Anand, first tell me, how many specified committees does Rotary suggest?
4. 4 avenues. Yeah.
Okay, so you're again talking about avenues of service. Great. No, I'm not talking about avenues of the service. So Anand, you have those answers, but those are sub-answers that I'm looking for. Anybody else? The suggestive answers. What are the objects and the requirements of Rotary? What is it that Rotary needs to focus on? Whether we talk of the action plan, strategic plan, just think. Hari Pavati, again, President, you want to answer. So it was Nisha, Anu, Hari. I want first choice members. If members say, President, you answer, then President better answer. Sundar Prakash. Go ahead, Sundar Prakash. Unmute yourself. Sundar Prakash, let's try and unmute him. Shanki, I'll need your help. Yeah, okay. Public image. Let's have a round of applause for Sundar Prakash. Rotary public image is the need of the hour. So one of the most important verticals coming there. And Sundar Prakash said, public image, totally agree with you. Yes, sir. This is one of the most suggestive committees. Tejaswini Jayasima, senior doubter. I know her from many, 12, 15 years. Tejaswini, unmute. Go ahead.
Good evening, Samir. I wanted to say membership.
You said membership? Perfect. You're absolutely right. Rotary's strategic goal. Ask Shivanand Bellare, he will tell you. He'll tell you that in his sleep. He'll tell you that over breakfast, lunch, dinner. The strategic goal of Rotary is membership. Our service goal may be eradicating polio, but our strategic goal will always be membership. Chaya Talpuru. Chaya, please, I'll ask the host to unmute you. Go ahead, Chaya. New member.
I was also trying to tell membership only.
Great. Yes, membership agreed. So you can lower your hand. Membership is already there. Well done. Anybody else? So we've got public image, we've got membership. Can somebody tell me a number first? How many answers am I looking for? I've got 2. How many more do you think? Chaya, your hand is raised again.
Keshav Ram. Leadership.
Leadership. Okay, leadership is a core value. Leadership is definitely a core value, sir. It's not a suggested committee of Rotary International. It's a core value of Rotary, but you are right again. Ramana, again, President raising his hand. Ramana,
yes, if you're ready,
you want to try?
Service
I'm ever ready. Sorry?
Service projects committee.
Service projects, absolutely right. So now, when you talk of service, it all gets categorized under service projects. See, there's no harm in structuring this, but you need to understand the broad structure first. Service projects. Rotary needs membership. Rotary needs public image. Rotary has to do service projects. Ram Ramdas, go ahead.
Fundraising, Samir.
Fundraising, yes, fundraising is an important committee, no doubt, Ram. But where do you think these funds would be used? Or where do you think these funds ideally should go?
Service projects.
For service projects, we did go directly, which is the option 2 that today every governor harps his voice out. Please, let's raise money for
the foundation.
The Rotary Foundation. Yes, so very important. TRF, that is number 4. Who will tell me the last one? Anu gave the hint for that. Anupama Savdi gave me a hint for that.
Fellowship.
Fellowship?
It comes under fellowship, weekly
Club
meetings,
administration.
club administration. Who answered that? Please give a chocolate on my behalf.
Shankar here.
Chunky, yeah, you presidents. Yes, Ramki also has answered. Club administration. So whether it's your secretarial services, whether it's your financial services, whether it's your meetings, your weekly meetings, your board meetings, your fellowship, your attendance, your friendship. Remember, when you're a large club, then you can have multiple subcommittees. So you can have international service, vocational service, youth service, community service, all under service projects. You can have fundraising for polio, fundraising for, different annual fund, what do you call it? Oops, somebody changed my number. So you can have fundraising for various reasons under the TRF vertical. The same way you can have all that under membership as well. So just remember, these 5 teams are the most important teams in any Rotary club. You need to have an administrative team which ensures that there is great administration of the club. You need to have a public image team which needs to see that Rotary gets the true public image and your club gets the best public image. You need to have a membership team because we want to grow Rotary and that is the strategic goal of Rotary. You need the service project team because all of us here are together for one common cause, and that is to do some good service, whether it is in vocational, international, irrespective. And finally, you need to have a team for the foundation, because without the foundation, there is no Rotary, there is no service. Without the members, there is no Rotary, there is no service. Without the projects, Rotary will have no meaning. And without good administration, Rotary will not live up to the name that it has created for itself in the last 116 years. Okay, so today, while we bring all these aspects together, we put them under a very simple tagline: a club which fulfills all these roles and more, and a club which engages its members, does good service projects, raises money, administers itself well, and develops, grows continuously, consistently. That club comes under one simple title, and that is a vibrant club. So now I'm going to just give you a very brief presentation on a couple of things that make a vibrant club, and then how and what we go through in building teams. And then I'll end with a small insight, and we'll take the Q&A. So I should be done in another 2-3 minutes, 10-12 minutes. So we go back here. I say bye-bye to my iPad. Thank you for letting me draw that horribly, but I'm trying to improve in my writing and drawing. And now I would like to take this opportunity to come to the subject of today: working in teams, brought to you by those 10 wonderful clubs: Baswangudi, Kaban Park, Harmony, Manyata, OSS, Platinum City, Rajmahal Vilas, South Parade. And that's why we are all here today. So let me just now move ahead with this. I was talking about something called as vibrant clubs. So don't worry about the script. It may not be fully clear, but this is available on Rotary.org. Be a vibrant club. And I want each one of you to work towards being a vibrant club. So don't go for the small script. It's like, we say terms and conditions apply. Don't bother too much about terms and conditions. Just remember the main 10 headings that are there. So firstly, a club needs to be continuous, consistent, and sustainable, a club and its activities. So you need to have a plan in place, and a club needs to have a vision as to what it is going to be like in the next 3 years and the next 5 years. And let me tell you, individually, it's impossible to do that. Again, it's the team and the members of the club that will collectively come together, sit down, and see where we want to be in 3 to 5 years. Then you get to see what you want to achieve in 3 to 5 years, whether it's in membership, foundation, projects, or even for your club per se. And finally, you will see how you want to get there. So the second thing that a vibrant club needs to do is hold club meetings that keeps the members engaged and informed. It happens so often than not that you call for a meeting and it is the same 5, 6 people, 7 people that come, which means you're not engaging people, or maybe you're not communicating, you're not informing them well, and that may be a problem. So you need to ensure that your club holds meetings that engages members. The strategic plan says enhance participation engagement. They call the strategic plan the action plan now. So how do you enhance that participation? By keeping them informed and keeping them engaged. Prepare members for future roles so that there are smooth leadership transitions. There's a reason. See, you have titles like IPP, P, PE, PN, whatever, past president. There's a reason for it. There is something known as continuity. And for that, Rotary elects governors, even RI presidents, 2.5 to 3 years in advance. Why does it do that? It does that so that that first 1 year when they're nominees, they're observing and learning few more things than they already know. The next year when they're elects, they are actually training, preparing, and getting things in place. And then when they're actually governors or presidents, they are actually in the execution mode. And that is how every club should do. It should actually prepare people for these roles, put a simple hierarchy in place so that somebody who gets, like in my club, I'll give you the example, somebody who takes the post of a secretary is the vice president next year, the president-elect after that, and the president after that. So the moment they take up the secretarial position, they're already part of a team which is going to be working continuously together for the next 4 years, and it will end with that person's presidentship. So prepare members for future leadership. Develop strong relationships within the club. See, a team need not be just a committee. It can be a team of friends. We have a great gang called Farm. We have a farm group which is called Fellowship After Rotary Meeting. And this farm group is the one which keeps the club connected together, because whether the club meets or no, whether activities are happening or no, we meet, and this team ensures that everybody in the club stays connected, stays on track, stays with the vision, and stays with the plan of the club that was created, or the purpose for which the club exists. So let me let you in on a secret. We met last night as well, and we have made our plan for the year 22-23 along with the president of that year, starting with the announcement of the charter and election in December till the end of June 2023. Of course, a skeletal, a structure, but I'm just telling you, it was a team of 6 people who sat, though we are 12 people in the farm group. Because of COVID and all those other things, we limited it to 5-6 people meeting. So you need to develop strong relations within your club. As you know, Rotary started with those 4 strongly bonded friends. Karuna Shaya started. So relationships in the club are very important in also forming teams. Coaching new and continuing members to lead. Make sure the new members immediately get engaged. As you know, and you would have seen with established senior clubs like Bangalore and Indranagar, the moment they induct a new member, not only do they induct them into the membership of the club, they immediately appoint them into one committee or one subcommittee. They're immediately given a role or a responsibility in 1 or 2 committees, which is close to their heart, and after taking feedback from them, so that they're immediately involved and part of a team. Again, the secret there is a team. Decide annual goals, put them on Club Central. Your pets and your governor would have ensured you did something like that. Communicate openly in your club. Look, we are one family. Doesn't mean that everybody has to see eye to eye and agree with everything that we want to do or everything that we want to bring in. But that doesn't mean we do things behind each other's backs. We hide from people. We are open in our communication. Everybody is a mature adult here. Nobody is a child. So if you say something openly, of course, don't be rude. Please put it politely, put it diplomatically, and I'm sure you can always debate, ideate. You have those 4 wonderful words, no? Engage, empower, collaborate. So all that will be a result of being open in your communication. Have your club bylaws and see that you stick to them. Make sure members are involved with genuine interest, and create practical committees for your club. This is what these 10 points are what lead to a formation of what we call a vibrant club. And a vibrant club is the club whose committees and whose members and whose teams meet regularly, prepare and plan in advance, and execute everything that they decide. So keep these things in your mind. Now I'm going to just take you through one more presentation. I'm just the same presentation. As I said, team building is a process of tuning a group of people from being individuals. Now, we saw individuals giving their reasons and responses. We brought them cohesively into a team so that they shared their common goals and expectations. I did it with a simple exercise of why we joined Rotary. You can do it for whatever purpose that you want to do. But who has heard of this? Raise your hand in the participant window. FSNPA model. Shanki, you don't. I know you're a trainer and a coach, but you don't. FSNPA model. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to bring a small corporate team building exercise or presentation and linking it with Rotary. Now, this is a suggested model which was prepared by a psychological researcher, Bruce Tuckman. Bruce Tuckman created this model in 1965 and then enhanced it in 1970. Whether it's a corporate organization taking up a new client or a new assignment, or a Rotary club, which is starting with a new Rotary year or taking up a new project, they go through these 5 steps of team building and team formation. So let me tell you what these 5 steps are. They are forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. So FSNPA, forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. And that's the gentleman there, Bruce Tuckman, who made only forming, storming, norming, and performing first, and then realized the adjourning is also important because every organization needs to have the right closure. So what is each stage? I'm just going to share a few, briefs about each stage. Forming is a stage of uncertainty. Now, you as president-elects would have gone through this when you were forming your committees or building your teams. You were not sure who was the right man or the right woman for the job. They were not sure what was the expectation from them. They were looking out to you for some kind of leadership and guidance. So that time the onus was on you because they looked up to you. They were very unsure. They were very uncertain and a lot of questions, and you were practically tested at that time. So in the forming stage, the team leader, who in this case, the Rotary president or the committee chair or the director of that committee, is the one who has to stand the test and actually be very specific in identifying the purpose and the goals of what that particular year or that particular committee or that particular avenue is actually going to do. So forming is the first step of any Rotary year or any Rotary project or any Rotary committee. The next one is storming. We keep using this word very often, brainstorm. We need to brainstorm. But what happens sometimes in brainstorming? Remember, you're not working with employees here. You're working with a leader. That leader may be far more accomplished in many ways than you are. That leader would be a leader in their personal and professional lives. So what comes with that? Comes a lot of knowledge, comes a lot of ideas, and sometimes a clash of their leadership qualities, the clash of egos. But in Rotary, keep those egos aside. I'm sure you would have heard this in your trainings as well. Don't let egos come in the way because we are all working here together for one common cause and for that 1 year. So when every team goes through this storming session, there may be some, conflict of interest. There may be some, like I said, some people may not agree with you, but that's absolutely fine. But this is the most critical and difficult stage. And when you overcome this stage, because everybody wants more prominence, there's competition, the moment you overcome this stage and people decide that we are not going to let our personal conflicts and egos come in the way, you are going to come very soon to this stage, which is called norming. This is when, to an extent, most of these ego issues, conflicts are resolved and a lot of normalcy is coming back. And then you start seeing some developments and people start contributing and more clarity comes into your, in your plan or preparation. So see that you get through storming fast and come to norming, because that's when the performance starts increasing. And the moment you see that, it is when you start performing. Because when the teams get together and have got through those initial stages, you will find that without even your interference, without even your probing, without even your prompting, they will be performing, because now they are pretty much satisfied personally as well. And as a group, they have gelled well. they've got that cooperation, they're clear and they're very stable with their structure, and they've all got into the commitment for the team vision and the mission. So, this would be the best phase of your presidentship or of the committee that you have, you're looking to head, and also any project that you're looking to take up in the year, the performing stage, and you will find that things just start to happen once you're in the performing stage. But then don't forget this stage. Once the job is done, you need to be accountable. So you need to make sure, especially if you're working with the Rotary Foundation or even with Rotary District today, you need to give them the accountability, the necessary documentation. You need to start maybe reassigning people and preparing them for their future roles. And as leaders, you need to acknowledge, and you also need to, award and reward and celebrate with all your team members. So that's why this phase, he realized later that we can't just leave it incomplete. We need to bring closure. We need to actually give a nice fond ceremonial celebration, which I think the IPPs are looking forward to on 1st of August on Sunday, when the Skyrockers are going to be acknowledged and awarded for all that they did in the year. So this is just a glance of the phase. In the pre-stage, everybody was disconnected like over here, and there was independence, but independently independent, not cohesively. Then when they were forming, there was some, ideation happening, some kind of thoughts going around, but they were still pretty much independent. When they were storming, there was some dependence, partially dependent. Those who were not involving were independent. Then they got connected into norming. Then they were cohesively performing, and then they were celebrating and adjourning. So these 5 phases, as a group, as a team, as a Rotary Club in the year, a project or any committee, will be experienced. It's like a cycle of Rotary, come July 1st and end 30th June. That's exactly how this is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just vanish from your screen, and I'm going to leave you with a short insight, and then we will take Q&A and try and ideate and understand more about working in teams. Audio may be a bit low because it's from a PPT. Thank you, change makers. Thank you, the 10 leaders. Thank you, all the participants over here. Let's, connect together. I love connecting these three themes. When I was the governor, it was Rotary Connects the World. So let's use these connections. Let's use that as an opportunity when we together can serve to change lives. Thank you very much. You've been great. And I so enjoyed connecting with all of you once again. Over to you, Shanki and team, for any Q&A. I had a few questions in advance. If you want to take them first or whatever, it's up to you.
What we'll do is we'll probably look at some of the questions that have already been sent across to you, and we'll probably take one of them, and then while we wait for questions from the audience, we could pick up one of those questions which have already been thrown at you earlier by the co-presidents. And before that, what a wonderful presentation! What a insightful overview of the teamwork and Rotary, and really down to earth. So thank you very much. Let's go ahead with some of the questions that you already had in the questions.
So, I'll do your role for the first three, because those are the 3 or 4 which I got on the group. The first one was, how do we engage members who are introverts, shy, or laid back? Now, was that from Nisha Bellare? Nisha, was that your question?
Yes.
Yes, that's the Nisha.
Okay, so
I didn't know the names were going to be called out.
No, Nisha, you're always fastest finger first. So I remember the first question that came. After that, I don't know which ones came, but I do. Maybe I think Ravi also asked one. Well, as I said, a vibrant clubs looks to ensure engagement of members, and there is a club health check and there is a member satisfaction survey. So I don't know how many clubs actually do that. There is a form available. Shiv would be aware of that on rotary.org. It's called Club Health Check. It is also, there's one called Member Satisfaction Survey. Every quarter, I would request you to please circulate that to all your members and ask them whether they're fully satisfied with what is happening in the club. You will actually get, we're all used to a lot of accolades. We're also used to a lot of praise, but you will also get a reality check. And sometimes you may assume that somebody is an introvert, shy, or laid back, but you need to go to the reason why. Are they not, like I asked you the first, why I took you back to asking you, why did you join Rotary in the first place? So maybe they're not getting in Rotary what they wanted or what they expected when they came. If they came for networking, or if they just came for fellowship and fun and they're not getting it, maybe they will just put themselves behind a wall. They'll just close themselves. So you need to find out why, and how you do that is, one is the member satisfaction survey. The second, if you can appoint 2 or 3 people who can actually regularly speak to. See, one sad thing that we have faced in the last 12, 13 months, though we are connecting virtually, we are connecting with the world without borders, without visas, without expenses, we are missing that bonhomie and friendship. The real Rotary is when you meet your friends in person. And I could see that with the presidents wanting in-person installations or hybrid installations, because they have been locked down too long. So in such a scenario, already we are locked away and disconnected. You need to connect with them. So a phone call from the president or any appointed committee, like I can always go back to my club example. We used to have this committee of 8 people who would actually on rotation every week call 1 or 2 members who were not attending the meetings or who are not participating, and then ask them if there was something wrong, or if anything was, some personal or professional or health problem. If possible, go and meet them in their house, and also send them a miss you card or a miss you mail that we missed you, we would love to see you. And one or the other time they will open up and tell you what is the reason, because invariably it happens that if you don't care, why should I care? Okay, so please do look. Introverts by nature also will open up if you give them ample opportunity and ample platforms and the required push to get them to participate and open up. Okay, so that was Q1. Is that okay, Nisha?
Yeah. Thank you, Samir.
The second one, I have a question too. It says, now I forgot who asked me this question. Apologize. Many members exist in Rotary as an outside activity without much attachment. How do we get such members excited about Rotary so that they can start participating and in a small way and even ramp it up over time. The same thing, I have, okay, not me, my club, home club has 14 senior active members. You remember the title senior active? That means 14 of them have been literally with us for 35, 40 years. They're all above the age of 65, 70. They are regular donors to the club. They are regular, contributors to projects, to TRF. They are great when we want some advice and we reach out to them. But like you said, they are like checkbook Rotarians or non-participating Rotarians. They will never come for a single club meeting. They will never come for a single project. They will never come for a single district event. So what do we do with such members? What we do is we make a platform. We create a platform where we ask them to come and share their 35, 40-year experience or their professional achievements or anything which ensures that they come in and take up that one, maybe even one meeting or one weekend or one activity, one family get together with them in the spotlight. For example, our first meeting is always every July started with one or the other charter members sharing their journey in Rotary. So, again, you need to go back and down to the reason why they're staying away. Some of them may not have the time, or they may be too old, or it doesn't interest them to come and meet every week or come and participate. They are happy doing their bit from outside. Engaging them is by finding out what is it that is going to attract them to get engaged, and you will go. So we make sure that we have 56 people. Every meeting is responsibility is given to one person. One person is given that responsibility. So 52 meetings, at least 52 people are going to take part some way or the other. So that way we can actually get them to engage. Yes. The third one, which I had, past presidents who believe that they have done it, been there, done that, done what they need to do. Many past presidents here, my dazzlers only are here, I can ask them. One thing you need to do for past presidents is give them some mentorship role. Yes, it's a challenge asking them to get involved in day-to-day affairs of the club. It's a challenge to ask them to again give their time, energy, money like they did in their presidentship, especially if they're recent past presidents. I think there's a past presidents committee and there's a past presidents club in the district. I don't know who's chairing it this year, but there is one. Maybe your past presidents, when they attend that, you get a lot of insights. But from a club's perspective, I think the best thing to do is give a past president a role to address a challenge. What does our governor do? He puts us all PDGs as councillors into one or the other committees where he feels that they would add some value, share their knowledge and experience, and maybe address the challenges and handhold and guide those committee members. So I think the best thing to do to engage the past presidents is make them a councillor of one or the other committee. Maybe two of them, if you have too many past presidents in your club and the membership is not that big, two of them can oversee any committee that needs hand-holding and guiding, because mentorship is the best thing that a past president or a senior Rotarian can do. I think that would be the best way to keep them involved. And sometimes, as a mentor or counselor, they loosen their strings, whether it's their purse strings or their brains or their heart. They just loosen it and let everything flow, and that's a win-win for all. Yes, Usha, unlearn to learn. We always believe, especially if in this day and age, if you're not willing to unlearn, relearn, then you're not going to move ahead. You're going to be stagnated. So we all need to at some time stop, unlearn whatever. See, change is the only thing that's constant, right? Because Usha said we need to unlearn and learn. Yes. What was a practice or what was a tradition 40 years ago is not necessary today. Look at Rotary itself. Rotary had attendance bylaws. Rotary had classification limitations. Rotary had meeting laws, venue laws. Everything today is flexible. The types of meetings, the kind of venues, the kind of classifications, there's so many, the attendance norms, all that has been done away with because they realized in today's day and age, if they bring those day-old or age-old traditions, you are not going to get anywhere. In fact, you're going to only deplete and nowhere are you going to grow. So what we need to do is we need to unlearn some of the things, respecting the value that they gave, and try and learn and relearn what is current, because the past is gone. The future is yet to be seen. You have to maximize and capitalize on what is the present. So that is a very important statement that you have made. I totally agree with you. Okay. Can we do legal rights awareness programs? Yes, sir. You definitely can. Awareness, action, create awareness, take action is one thing that we need. So legal rights, especially when we are talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, we're talking about bringing the youth into Rotary. We're talking about so many kinds of projects. Any kind of awareness and knowledge share. When we say TSMT Academy, it is providing knowledge or giving value through knowledge. I think definitely it's really, really going to be useful. Okay, people are messaging me directly also. Okay. For new members like me, how do I start feeling inclusive and involved, especially in this virtual world where personal engagement is missing? And Madhvi, if you're okay, I'm taking your name. This is Madhvi from Lakeside. So Madhvi, as I said earlier, we are hampered a bit by this lack of physical engagement. But from what little bit I know about Lakeside is that most of the members reside in the apartments surrounding that particular area, right, Kashi? It's the Shobha Tulip and the Shobha Gru, those 3-4 apartments are in that vicinity. So I think you should look at some kind of hybrid engagement where you involve the new members specifically, maybe have just a get together of few of the old members with the new members, or have a project which is executed and carried out by new members, or ask them as to what it is that they would like to add value during these challenging times, because that would be the first thing that could actually get them to know you, you to get to know them, and for them to break whatever shackles or ice they may have in front of them and feel comfortable. We also have that challenge. We have around 5-10 new members. I haven't seen them in person for 1 year. They're in our club. I've seen their face in that pinhole camera. I've seen their DP, but I have not met them or even spoken to them in person in 13 months. And I know that we feel disconnected, how they must be feeling. They're not yet connected to get disconnected. So try, now that things are better, try small hybrid 6, 7, 10 people get-togethers in your apartment clubhouse or at your project site or whatever venue, so that new members don't feel left out. Yes, Ram, the actual transgender satellite club is truly, truly appreciable. I think there is one more in a different part of the Rotary world. I don't think it is the first of its kind in the world. I know somewhere up north, they already had started, and at least maybe not all of them, but a major chunk of them were from the transgender community. If you see the Rotary.org, when that's one more change that Rotary has brought in, the flexibility part. Earlier, when you uploaded a new member, when you had the gender drop down, there were only 2 options, male, female. Now there are 3. It says male, female, other. That is one more change. So Rotary is also adapting. Again, action plan, increase our ability to adapt, increase our reach, expand our reach, increase our impact, enhance participation, engagement, increase our ability to adapt. So we are adapting by bringing these changes. We are actually increasing our impact by seeing that the word of Rotary is being spread far and wide, and we are growing. So that's definitely going to help expand our reach and suggestive ways of enhancing participation, engagement. Yes. So Madhvi, that's one more invitation to you. You may be a member of Lakeside, but that Rotary pin, I have it right now on my shirt, that Rotary mark of excellence or the Rotary pin that you wear is an open invitation to attend any Rotary club anywhere in the world. So if you're any part of the world, look up Rotary Club Locator, find the nearest club, the day, the time that it meets, and also see the number of the president and the secretary, which will be listed in that app. Call them and visit that meeting, and you can also connect. Ramki, nobody is poaching. Don't worry. If somebody comes to Kenya, they'll meet you also. So don't worry about that, Ramki. Any other questions? Feel free to ask me.
So one final question, Samir, is I'm sure that there is always, even in a family, we have conflicts. So I think how do we effectively deal with conflicts within the club? So maybe a quick tip on that, and then we can close. Yeah.
Okay. Simple way. firstly, like you said, understand that point, that in every family also there's a conflict. It's not just in an organization or in your office or anywhere outside. Within your family, amongst your kith and kin, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, there is conflict. But for one of my very, very dear friends, late father, many years ago, told me that the best part about a problem is it has a solution. For every problem there is a solution, and that is the best part, that every problem has a solution. So what solution we have done in our club is, we have set up what is known as a goodwill or a best practices committee. Again, a team. Okay, so you have teams for fellowship, we saw teams for service project, membership, all that. There's a team for goodwill and best practices. So the first thing that you do, if there's a conflict, don't use it to create unnecessary unrest and unhealthy atmosphere in the club. Don't tom-tom about it to everybody. Don't call up people, or don't put it on WhatsApp and spread negativity. Look, whatever may be the problem, don't forget we are all here not for these personal vendettas or even personal reasons. We are here to make a difference somewhere in some way. So let's keep that prime focus in mind and realize that personally there may be some issues with somebody in person or with a group of people, or there may be groupism not only in the club, in the district, but even at the international level. Keep that aside when it comes to Rotary activities. Keep it outside of Rotary. Secondly, look at trying and solving it one-on-one. The best way to address that issue, I tell you, I don't know why we hesitate, why we bring that ego in front of us, why we bring all this arrogance in us. Pick up your phone and call that person. That's the first thing that you can do to break the ice or to calm things down. If that person is not receptive, then talk to a friend, talk to that goodwill or best practice committee, and finally go to the leader of your club. But never ever use that conflict to create unrest, to create disruption amongst your club and its activities, because it's not only affecting you and your fellow men or your fellow women in your club, it's affecting the end result or the net result for which you are part of that organization. Because of that, some good work or some service will be will not happen, and you may have been directly or indirectly the cause for that. Same thing we have been told by our directors, and we tell in our district, that any complaint or any problem stops with the governor. And for the governor, it stops with his director, that is the zone director. Never do we, wash our dirty linen in public. Never do we wash our dirty linen at the international level, because people are today so trigger happy. They write straight to RI president. Trust me, club issues are going to RI president. He gets a mail from Samir Hariani in Rotary Bangalore Southwest telling about the problem he has in the club. Now, tell me, what they're going to do is they're going to delete it and spam it immediately and say out. So best one-on-one with that person or that group of people, to the leader, to your assistant governor, to your governor. Stops there. If not, change your club. Simple as that. If it does, if after all this, it doesn't get sorted out, find a different group of people who you gel with. But trust me, 9 out of 10 times, it will get solved out.
Right. Thank you very much for that real practical advice, Dr. Samir Hariani. I request Rotarian Hari Papati, Changemaker President from Rotary Kavan Park, to deliver the vote of thanks. Hari, over to you.
Thank you, Shankar. It's indeed my honor to be delivering the vote of thanks, although it's a simple, almost a formal procedure. This is something that I consider as absolutely an honor to be doing this, because we have none other than Dr. Samir Hariani, PDG. Samir, you wanted us to call you with the first name, so I hope
I still want you to call me the first name.
Thank you. I think all of us in the district know what an eloquent person you are and how engaging you are when you're talking to us. But this session, I think, was further special because the content was actually very riveting and very useful. And if I can safely speak on the behalf of all my co-presidents and every member attending in today's session, I can confidently say that we all took something very, very valuable back home with us. So thank you for, first of all, giving your time and then actually being so committed to giving feedback and advice that actually each one of us can use. So thank you very much, Samir, for this wonderful session.
Thanks, Hari. After the adjournment, I'll ask you a personal question.
And of course, I would have to thank Shankar Subramaniam from Rajmal Vilas the most after Samir is for taking this wonderful initiative, Shankar. Actually, to tell you the truth, we had another session planned for today from our club. But once you told me that it's Samir giving this talk on this wonderful topic, we pushed everything aside and said we are going to be a part of this. Thank you for taking the initiative and thank you for inviting all of us into this. And so I would like to thank all the other clubs, the participating clubs, of course, starting with Shankar Subramaniam of Rajmal Vilas, Nisha Bellare from Platinum City, Anupama Savadi from Baswangudi, Kashinath Prabhu from Lakeside, Biju Gangadharan from Downtown, Ravi Prasad from South Parade, Ramesh Babu from Manyata, Ramana from Oasis, and Ashwini Masti from Harmony. And above all, we have 80 participants even at the end of the session. So we would like to, that itself speaks for what a great audience we've had. So I would like to thank each one of you for participating and making this session a huge success. So thank you one and all. Thank you for a great evening and have a wonderful day. And let's all continue to work together for a great Rotary experience. Thank you.
Hari, I also see it's very nice of my home club president also, Amar Rander has
Amar
also
Rander,
joined in.
yes.
So nice to see you, Amar.
Welcome, Amar.
Amar
I just
Bhai.
saw him online.
Yes, he was there. And I have to congratulate him on a very stylish and grand installation which he had recently as well. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shankar.
Thank you, Hari. So let me adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
We can all stay back and have some casual chat